Adam's the man.
Oh, here's the music. You ready? You ready? You ready? Ready? Go teach the best kids. Let's go! Let's go! Get that shit done, Franco!
What we're doing has value in people's lives. Pressure is what makes people better.
In that case, let's have some fun.
It's gonna be a great year for everybody. Everybody who wants it to be. You got them seated far away from us, right? Foot sweep. There you go, Ari Rock. Welcome to Atlanta. Really, if you talk to all the black belts this weekend, I can pretty much guarantee you that they will all say, without failure, that their favorite thing about camp is hanging out with their friends. It's off-putting, I think, too, in the beginning to some of the other belts. They kind of view it as like, oh, it's this weird special black belt club, and it really has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with a long-term friendship. So people feel like they're not in the inner circle. It's not that they're not in the inner circle because of belts or anything like that. They're not in the inner circle because of the history. You know, we don't have the 20 years of history behind us, so of course it's gonna feel different.
Wait! This is not my idea, and I hate Philippe Gentry and Jim Shepard.
Introduce him, Travis.
He did. Go. Start the lights. You ready? If we didn't trust you, we don't know each other. Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Coach Chris.
Nice to. Oh, you Coach Chris? Hey, first off, thank you guys very much again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for allowing me. I am honored to teach this many people at one time who are engaged, who hopefully smiled, laughed, sweat, and learned something. Yes? Excellent. It's hard for us as people that are not in college or high school to make a community that spans international. When you meet someone that flies this same flag, it means something to that person, it means something to me, and it's important. And we just get better and better and better. And it won't be long before I've aged out of teaching you guys, and Gus is out here teaching, and the other young black belts that we have, Murphy and Scott and all those guys, and I'll just be sitting over there smiling my ass off about how awesome it is.
Absolutely, the most important thing this weekend is that you establish new friendships and make connections with people here. That is by far what this is all about, big picture wise. There is no shortcut to getting good, right? There just isn't. You just have to keep doing it intelligently and making sure you make all the right connections along the way. Coach Connolly. Scott.
What's that? Is this the new Straight Blast Jim Ireland gear? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Is it available on my website? Yeah, it is, yeah. No questions about the technique, no? Okay. How does that feel?
Feels better.
See?
You seem to roll out of it really clean though. Like
I am fairly smooth. But it's mostly because of the new gear. I said a long time ago, I don't believe Jiu-Jitsu is there to hurt people, it's there to kill them. So I'm always looking for kill moves. I don't want to be like, sore foot. I want destroyed knee or dead from a guillotine. That's his two options. As a school owner, as a business owner, you're going to have to just invest time and a lot of money in trying to get regardless if they're black belts or purple belts or whatever. You know, I kind of used to laugh because Brad, he was undefeated in the UFC and terrified. His first time walking onto the mat with like 10 kids. I'm like, seriously? You walk into a cage with another trained UFC fighter and this is your problem? But there was a huge amount of comfort in there that he knew that there was a proven, repeatable system that's been shown to work around the world. I know Growing Gorillas is everywhere now. It's such a deep topic. Like, how do you keep the parents happy? How do you work on the kids' confidence levels? What should and shouldn't you do? It's a minefield. So I was just so happy to be able to have the manual, page 1, task 1, execute, and we're getting the results. It's just when you see them, like, you know, I was watching the kids like teaching their class today, and I watch your little videos you put up, and some 10-year-old is like teaching a single leg or something. It's just like, my goodness, like what life skills are these kids getting now?
Yeah.
I realize now when I look back at a younger man and what he was doing, trying to learn striking and grappling, all that, I wasn't. I was trying to get confidence. That's what martial arts gave me. Since I was a kid, I've never been in any sort of real important physical altercation. So have I wasted my life training? Of course not. The skills I got from martial arts, and I wish I had had a program like Growing Gorillas, so I didn't spend 10, 15 years bouncing around. It would have been the best stuff from day one. Something I always talk about with my fight team is personal responsibility and personal accountability. That you accept responsibility for your fails and your wins, and that you keep yourself accountable, that if you want a certain goal, you have steps to get to that goal, whether that's winning a trophy, whether that's losing some weight, whether that's being successful in business or whatever. We know that there's steps that you have to do to get there, and you be honest with yourself and you don't just point fingers and blame other people. So I think what you guys have done is the ultimate goal of a parent, is that you've made your kids accept responsibility for their own lives, make themselves accountable for the goals they set, and they're great hard-working kids. And you know, I'm their godfather, so I'm going to be biased, but you know, if I'm lucky enough to have a couple of kids, that'd be the one lesson I'd want to pass on. That I get asked by people all the time, oh, if you have a son, will he be a UFC champion and all that? Be nice if that happens, it happens, but it certainly wouldn't be a big goal of mine. My big goal of mine would be that my kids, I would love them to go through Growing Gorillas and come out the other end with the level of politeness and kindness and responsibility and all of those good points that we see
Perfect.
beautifully shown by your little ones.
Thanks, John. You're a part of that. The whole team was a part of raising all 4 of my kids. So Growing Gorillas is we just wrote it down.
You wrote it down.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
So to be able to take that experience that I've had as a
And replicate
parent,
it.
Yeah, and replicate it, and then give it to other gym owners to disseminate in their communities.
Yes.
That tells me that we are now basically helping to raise thousands of children, tens of thousands of children across the
Fantastic.
globe.
Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
You're martial artists. Look, and I say this all the time, like 99% of fights might hit the ground or whatever. 100% of them bitches start standing up. 100% of them bitches start standing up. So you better have some stand-up game. And you better be able to survive long enough to get to where you want to be. Oh, it's easy, I'll just take them down. The fuck you will. The fuck you will, try it. Try clinching with a buzzsaw. You gotta have techniques and game, and that's what we're gonna work on a little bit today is dealing with that long enough to get to where we wanna be, specifically if you're grappler heavy, all right? But invest in a pair of gloves and work on your striking. You wanna be a complete martial artist. Not a half-ass martial artist, a whole-ass martial artist. Yeah? All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. So move around, start shadow boxing. Just get loose. Every single SBG that has a striking program runs it intelligently. They're not in there beating the piss out of each other. We don't do that anymore. And I tell you what, my kids program was in a bit of disarray, and like training adults for a long time was just kind of like old hat. It was easy. Organizing a kids curriculum and keeping these kids, you know, energized and into it and maintaining their attention was really, really hard to do. And we were doing a fairly decent job, but didn't really have a destination, you know, just kind of winging it. And the Growing Gorillas program really helped organize everything for us, from the curriculums to the lesson plans, broken down to the minute. And in no time flat, we had to separate into 3 age groups, and our kids' curriculum is well laid out, well organized, well structured. The kids, all the life skills implementation is really, really good for the parents. And in no time flat, our kids' program doubled in enrollment. And we had to separate into 3 different age groups. Now it's almost tripled. Now it's getting to the point where it's almost 40% of my business out of 650 members, almost 40% of those are kids. So yeah, it's the truth, man, for real.
Happy birthday to you. I have kids here right now today at camp that have been in my program since they're 4 years old and have gone through all that. And I know that within the last 4 or 5 years that we've run Growing Gorillas, that's made a big part. It's been a big part of their growth as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athletes, and then and growth as human beings. So if you're unsure, take it from me. I've been doing this for 20-something years. That was one of the best things we ever did was get on board with Growing Gorillas, and it's taken our program to another level. So must be a risk.
It's half for me, half for Travis. Adam's the man.
Oh, here's the music. You ready? You ready? 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 Go teach the best kids. Let's go! Let's go! Get that shit done! Franco!
Guys, just get harder to tap. That's all I care about. Hard to kill. That's the game.
By the way, that last thing you showed is fucking awesome, right? Yeah.
That's what I just said. See?
Missing piece.
Yeah.
I said that's.
But I mean,
that's the difference between.
I'm always kind of.
That was the game changer right there.
We can just make a drill out of that retraction thing and not really have to practice it with a partner.
It already exists, Adam.
It's right. Oh shit!
Matt's throwing up in his mouth a little bit. Matt's throwing up in his mouth a little bit. We, all of us coaches, the hardest thing is deciding what to teach. There's a couple reasons. We so much appreciate your time and dedication, money, but that's minor compared to time. It's the people who show up here that become family, but more than that, it's like you're investing in your jiu-jitsu. It matters.
Don't leave the mat. We're just gonna go strong for the last session of camp, and then we'll get some water and sit around and do Q&A. For this section, to keep everyone fired up, we have hired a budget Christopher Walken impersonator to introduce the last coach
Is this my
of
Tovich?
the day. Christopher Walken!
Fellas, please stop. It's too much. No. So they said, introduce the big man himself. I said, no. That's not a man. That's a lion. Because only a lion knows. Steers try, bulls get it done. Only a lion knows. Alligators are not lizards. They're not. Not lizards. You've got a fever. The only prescription is more Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are fortunate because Hank Williams was born 2 hours from here, I think. Said, no matter how much I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive. Which is why, Stella, where you at? This is longevity, come here. You can eat what you want, lift weights, be healthy, you're gonna die. But what you leave behind is your legacy, okay? So for me, longevity is about this. It's about her kids, their kids. It's about what I taught her that she's gonna teach to them. So I live every single day knowing that I've got 4 people modeling themselves after my behavior. And I fail sometimes, badly. But I get up the next day and I try harder, okay? And that's what I want you guys to do. And a lesson my wife taught me was that letting go is different than giving up. Okay? Letting go is different than giving up. And I think if you want to do this for a long time, you have to learn how to let go and realize that it's different than losing, right? I'm a competitive person. So it's hard for me to let go of anything. But this lesson's about letting go too. Going earlier, softer, sooner, giving them what they want. So much so that you go too far. Good? Okay, now I'm gonna walk out again because no one else did that.
Love you.